Next up, we roll into Jackson, Mississippi.
Or if you hear, you call it Mississippi.
M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I.
Everybody knows that the blues has its heart and soul in Mississippi.
We really wanted to pay an homage to Elvis.
The most famous person from Mississippi, Elvis was doing full-on drag, honey.
In the look, it has this fitted, tight kind of suit. It has the Elvis-y collar. It's a skirt, because I love that, with little slits up the side. The bell bottoms, they're disconnected to make it even more fabulous and more Shangela. And then it has like the cape. When I turn around, the cape has "We're here" in gold. I told y'all we was here. Now, if we go up to the coif, snatch back on the sides, big poofy top, curly, and then whoop, a little spit curl in the front. My makeup artist, Luscious, she's an artiste. And so she really goes in with like the definition in the colors. Oh, baby, I sit in that chair for a good 3.5 hours when she's putting the mug on. But also she'll get these rhinestones and she's just planting them onto the face to really give you that design. The shoe, you can't really see it, but if you really get into it, the shoe is like this platform Elvis boot. And I love that because I can walk around all day in this type of shoe, but it still gives me this elongated feel. And the guitar is also stoned. If you look at the costume and the look, you'll see all these beautiful details. Thank you very much.
Elvis, he's known for these white jumpsuits. This look was great. If Elvis's collar goes here, my collar goes up to here. If Elvis's hair goes to here, my hair goes up to there. We took the classic Elvis pompadour, but made it in steroids. It is massive. It wasn't too heavy, though. It actually felt really, really comfortable. There's this eagle that wraps around the body. There are so many stones and studs on that eagle. I couldn't even begin to count them. So I have these buckles on each of my hips that say Bob, and the belt buckle on the front that's like a big eagle. And I love my makeup this day. Oh, and I wore a ring on every single finger. It was so camp.
My grandmother was really obsessed with Elvis. One of her favorite songs was Jailhouse Rock. And when me and my designer were going through like what we were gonna do, that was the look I mentioned. We wanted to go very Jailhouse Rock aesthetic, but make it a gown. Like, how can we still hyper-feminize this too? So we went with these giant stitching to outline the gown piece to like give that idea that it's black denim. You know, we had the white stripes, it's fully encrusted, a big popped collar. I had some giant sunglasses that were white striped. Me and my makeup artist got really creative and did some black and white striping and had little handcuffs glued to my face. And my nails were customized with little handcuffs. We did this giant pompadoured swirl hair. And what more beautiful than a giant big red glittery lip in between all this gray and black. And we made this ball and chain that was lovely, fully rhinestoned, that was like my clutch. When you opened it, it had a peanut butter sandwich in it and some juice and like all the little necessities for prison. Anywhere we could take it to the next level, we took it. Elvis was a showman, honey, and Mama's a show woman.
For my solo, I got to do Beyonce's Break My Soul. I was so thrilled because Beyonce and her team had to clear me being able to even do this number. I also wanted to give something reminiscent to powerful divas. And one of those right here was Cleopatra. So I said, oh, let's have a pyramid. Our props department, brilliant. And Bo was like, how about broken gold record pyramid that also opens up to reveal me? So you see the giant headpiece, disco. Wigs and Grace had created this wig, Beyonce color, Cleopatra style. And then Luscious had gone in with the gold to really give you that little snatch back. The costume by Rico Cavalli, I told him, baby, I'm gonna dance. I want a leotard, I want beaded fringe, I want sequin fabric, I want sparkle, I want rhinestones, give me all the elements. And then, this is Beyonce. So I wanted to come out with a cover-up to really deliver the first moment of the gig that'll come off in a 1. I want to honor the queen. If she sees this, I want her to say, okay, Shangela.
Christina Valentina, my drag daughter, Chris Valentine, was a heteronormative man that was not afraid to show his confidence. He's been an ally through his friendships, through community, but this was another way for him to like truly walk in someone else's shoes. How does it make you feel?
Sexy.
With these performance looks, I wanted to do an imitation Iggy look myself. So we got this bike and we got these streetwear pants that are patchwork, belts with a crop top, a visor, long, long blonde curly hair. Wigs and Grace probably sewed about 15 ponytails together. It was stunning. I put Chris in some booty shorts, a nice topped bra, a really really cool jacket that was patchwork and leather and this giant hair. So then we reveal into like a nice high cut matching panty. But the part that Chris surprised me with were those 8-inch stiletto platforms, and he made it work. That was the cherry on top of the sundae for me.
For the performance, I was working with Mark. Now, she is a trained opera singer. We wanted to incorporate that into the number. When I told Diego Montoya that we were gonna be doing opera, he was like, I want to create something grand, a grand Leontine Price kind of a experience. And then I come out. Now, we start the number in pajamas on our phone, like, blah, blah, blah. We gave her this beautiful bodysuit. The hair is lovely. The mug is painted, baby. You wouldn't know. Mark from Athena, she is transformed.
1, 2, 3, hit it.
There you go, there you go. First of all, Dabrowski's the only drag kid to ever be on the show to perform without a drag mom. You put Dabrowski in the middle of the stage. It starts with like a really simple gown. And then as he moves forward, the gown just keeps growing and growing, and all you can see is fabric as far as the eye can see. It looks so cool. Red is the color of love. And I love the idea of this like love just spreading from one person, emanating out, and everyone can see it. My look was inspired by Nina Simone, and Nina Simone has a song called Mississippi Goddamn, and I saw this picture of her that's really intense, like 60s print, but it's really nice, and it has like a nice head wrap that goes with it, and a matching purse. I feel so beautiful, so stoic, so majestic, so powerful whenever I wear this garment. This is the first time I ever got to sit in the audience and watch the show. I was in the front row sitting next to his partner, James, watching this number. It was so emotional. It was a thunderous standing ovation, one of the biggest and longest round of applause we've ever gotten. Dabrowski pulled off one of the most powerful performances that has ever been on this show.